Hey guys, what's going on? It's SportsUCC, and we're back with This Week in Football. This is your third source. We're going straight off the top. And go ahead, Steve. Lead us into our first game, baby.
All right, right off the top of the dome while I read this sheet of paper. Our first game is going to be the 1-5 Panthers versus the 3-1 Cardinals. Yes, the Cardinals managed to tie the Seahawks in a high-scoring game for the kickers. 6-6. That's how they ended the game.
And they both missed the game-winning field goal for each team. That's just terrible.
Sad.
That's
so terrible. If you went to that game, I am so sorry, and I would demand a refund.
That's not even one. Not even one touchdown from both teams. That is sad.
That is pretty sad. I personally don't think there was any good defense played. There's no way that
Seattle was actually playing pretty good. I will say that. But other than
somebody could have scored.
I mean, somebody with their offense, they should have scored.
But yeah, it's the Panthers versus the Cardinals. The Panthers, the only reason why they didn't lose last week is because they had a bye week. Honestly, if the Panthers don't turn it around in this game, if they don't walk away with a win, you're going to go down 1-6, close to half the season, and you're on a horrible losing streak. You have to turn it around now to even think about the playoffs.
If you don't recall, this was the NFC Championship game last year, and it was a blowout. Carolina destroyed them. That's why the Cardinals were really surprised because, they just obliterated their team.
Yeah, last year they were looking really good. They were the ones who were looking Super Bowl bound.
That didn't happen. So, but this is a really, really important game for Carolina coming off a bye, getting everybody healthy. Cam Newton has not looked the same since really the first game of the season. I think he took a lot of shots to the head that game and really just kind of threw him off for this season so far. And this is really a gut checking game.
I think last year after that Super Bowl loss and the way the media hounded him, his ego took a big bruising,
that's true.
To come out and lose the Super Bowl rematch didn't help the ego, and that actually might be contributing to them going 1-5. The team hasn't been the same since then.
They don't have the same defense either. So that's another thing.
I really don't want to admit that Josh Norman was helping out that team, but the Redskins aren't doing too bad.
They're not doing too bad, hey.
And they have Norman.
But Arizona, on the flip side, has not looked like the team that they were last year either. So this is kind of a toss-up. But I think Carolina their backs are against the wall here, and I think they know that. I'm going Carolina.
You're going Carolina?
I'm going the Carolina Kitties.
The Kitty Cats. Yeah. Personally, I think the Cardinals need this win just as bad. Also, I mean, you're sitting at 3-1. You don't want to say, well, yeah, that's gonna look bad for the rest of the season.
The tie does not help you.
They also need to start getting on a roll. So I'm gonna say the Cardinals.
On to our next game. It is a rematch that has happened a couple weeks ago. The Patriots versus the Bills. Shock. Well, they are in the same division, so they will play each other twice. This is just sooner rather than later. LeGarrette Blount coming off of a 2-touchdown game and having 127 yards. Brady being normal Brady, having 19 passes completed out of 26. Also thrown for a couple touchdowns. I don't see the Bills being an issue this time around. I think they're gonna just handle them nicely.
I believe the Patriots' only loss came to the Bills, who celebrated like they had just won the Super Bowl, and they actually shut out the Patriots. I can't remember the last time the Patriots were ever shut out. So they're coming for vengeance this game. They're gelling together. Tom Brady he's gonna go on his third week now of being that QB. So
and the Bills just lost to the Dolphins, so
yeah, they're coming off a loss. They're sitting at 4-3, but
and McCoy, I think, hurt his hamstring.
Oh Jesus! At this point, Rex Ryan might be starting, but I'm gonna go with the Patriots. I think they're gonna win this game easily.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be they're gonna, like I said, handle them pretty nicely.
Slaughter fest. Our next game is actually the game of the week. It's the Cowboys against the Eagles. Cowboys sitting at 5-1. and the Philadelphia Eagles actually beat the Minnesota Vikings. We both picked the Vikings to carry on their undefeated streak. Jonathan was actually the only one who chose the Eagles, and Carson Wentz had a great game. They stopped them. They went on. They're on a roll right now. The Eagles got a bounce back win that they needed to keep them going. And the only thing is, though, that Cowboys are going to start having internal issues because Tony Romo is slated to come back.
Is this where they implode? Is this where the Cowboys implode? Right here at 5-1, the best record you guys have had in probably maybe 8 seasons. I don't even know how long it's been.
I think it's been 20 years since their last Super Bowl win. I know they talk about it like it was last week, but
it's been a good few years since you guys have started off this well.
Yeah, I think Troy Aikman's in his 50s.
Y'all are about to blow it. Just be smart. The guy is on a roll, coming off a bye. Everybody's getting healthy, and even including Tony Romo. He's getting more healthy, but one more hit, he's probably gonna his whole spine's gonna just disintegrate.
And somehow he'll still play.
So I don't know what you guys will be thinking to start Tony Romo.
I was kind of hoping they were going to go into the bye and say Tony Romo is healthy or is not healthy, and Tony Romo has started taking snaps, or Dak Prescott is continuing. But they didn't say anything. All they said is Tony Romo is slated to come back week 8.
I don't know. I will be looking forward to this game, Carson Wentz, and if Dak Prescott starts, it'll be the battle of the rookie quarterbacks who are both having really tremendous seasons so far and looking like they're going to have really good careers as well. Division rival game, NFC East, and that division is always tight. So this game will mean a lot. But I'm going to have to, I don't know, because I don't know who's going to be starting quarterback.
It does make a difference.
I'm still going to go with the Cowboys, though, because their running game is behind that offensive line. It's just
the offensive line can block for their running backs, like their life depended on it. Mm-hmm. You throw Tony Romo in there, they forget how to block.
Guy's been hurt tremendously, throughout the past 3 seasons.
At this point, I think Tony Romo's collecting on insurance claims. For this game, personally, the Cowboys need the win so they can get it through their head. We need Dak Prescott in because the moment he throws a pick or an incomplete pass, like Romo.
Yeah.
But the Eagles also need this too to keep their season going. They just beat the Vikings, but
I know that was a surprise win too. It was a tough one.
Like you said, this might be where they implode. I'm gonna give the Eagles the win.
We'll see what happens. It's definitely gonna be a good one. We have an even better one though. I know none of you guys watched the Bengals and the Browns, and that's perfectly okay. But I did because I just wanted to see what happened, and it was a slaughter. Okay, we got the Toilet Bowl champs back in it. I don't know how. These guys are miraculous, though.
How many times have they raised that toilet bowl?
Well, none yet, because we don't have a trophy for you guys.
Exactly.
You guys fly us out there or something. We'll bring a trophy.
We'll bring a trophy.
I
have a few extras in my garage.
I'll give each one of you a medal. I'll have to go buy them, which you guys will pay for.
Yeah, you guys are the NFL team, right?
So you pay for them and I'll bring them. That's how it works. 0-7, looking like the Detroit Lions all over again. This is your best chance to get a win against the Jets. Browns and the Jets. This is it. I've looked at your whole schedule. This is it.
We thought it was last week with the Titans, but because the Jets were actually looking pretty decent. I'm not saying they were looking good. They were looking like, okay, we're going to end up in the middle of the pack.
But
and then all of a sudden, Geno Smith goes in, throws a pick, tears his ACL or has an ACL injury. FItzpatrick publicly comes out and says that the organization has lost faith in him. So at this point, he's starting, but he does not care.
He doesn't care.
He's
He'll throw the ball up to anybody at this point.
Whatever. Some other team will sign me.
Accidentally.
Yeah. Oh, look, the Browns got their first win.
Yeah. That might be the only thing that helps the Browns.
This is your
FItzpatrick doesn't care.
Doesn't care, exactly.
And that's all I can really go with. But just because the Browns are so bad and everything else is going so right in Cleveland except for the Browns. I'm giving it to the Jets still.
You have the Cavs, who came off a NBA championship. You have the Cleveland Indians
in the World Series.
We're going to the World Series
since I don't even know how long ago.
And the final trifecta. You have the Browns on their way to the #1 pick in the draft. What a time to be a Cleveland fan.
What a time.
What
you
a
guys
time.
Are straight killing it.
You guys are destroying it.
And I can almost guarantee what your first pick is going to be. A quarterback.
Oh, it has to. It's already projected. It's a quarterback. Even though the best player could be a running back.
I don't know what quarterbacks are in this year's draft, but y'all are picking them.
At this point, whoever it is, stay in school. Stay in school.
Just look at the previous history of Browns drafted quarterbacks and just do not declare for the draft if you are a quarterback this year.
Get your degree. You actually might make it farther with the degree. This is the one time where a #1 pick is probably going to make more money with a degree than he ever will with a football team. This football team just happens to be the Browns. For this game, even though they have a lot of internal issues, the Jets are still a football team. They have 2 wins under their belt for a reason. The Jets are going to squeak by a touchdown or so. And the Browns are going to go into their bye week 0-8.
Yeah, I agree. I believe so. And it doesn't get any easier from that. So, Browns,
keep on Browning.
So
that's pretty much all the games we have for this week. Please let us know if your predictions are either on par, if you have a difference of opinion. Please follow us on Instagram. On Instagram, we are actually SportsUCC. That's all one word. On Twitter, we are sports_UCC. Tweet us. We always live tweet most of the games, whether it's soccer, football. It's going to be basketball now and hockey. And from all of us from SportsUCC, have a good night.